So, how you like my shirt? It's a gift from some law enforcement officials in the city of Chicago, Chicago Police Department. We have so many members of law enforcement in Chicago area who watch this channel. They contribute to the comments, they send me stories. Some of them do it, some of them and they read my books. Some of them, they do it because they want their families to know what's happening. Maybe some of their families are living in circumstances that aren't safe. Others do it because one guy said, hey, it's kind of a training aid to me. It's just a reminder of what I see out there. And other ones, it's just kind of, they just see it as kind of out of their sense of justice for all the black people who vilify cops. This channel tells the truth, which says cops are the victims of black victimization, are victims of black people, not the other way around. But for all the cops who watch this show, all of these videos, read my books, and pass around my articles all over the country, not everyone does. That's what I was thinking when I saw this video out of Chicago suburbs. A bunch of black people broke into a luxury car dealership, found the keys, drove away with half a dozen cars. Let's take a look at the video, then I'm gonna remind you of what this is really all about on the other side.
We begin with a developing story. A bold break-in captured on camera. Young thieves smash their way into a suburban car dealership and drive away with some luxury vehicles. Good afternoon, I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Erica Sargent. We're learning those same thieves may have targeted other dealerships before. Let's get right to CBS 2's Suzanne Lemignot. She is live in Evanston. Suzanne?
Rob, Erica, police sources are telling us that the young men that you're about to see are connected to a Chicago area gang of luxury car thieves. Watch as a floor-to-ceiling glass office wall is shattered with a fire extinguisher. Two young men kick glass out of their way and walk in. They are soon joined by 4 more men. They search the office drawers looking for keys. Within minutes, 4 BMWs and 1 Porsche 911 are driven out of the Autobarn Mazda dealership here in Evanston at high speed. One of the men left behind runs away on foot. Then the young men are spotted in Chicago on Lakeshore Drive.
6 high-end, now they're going to Sheridan, on Sheridan, southbound. 6 high-end cars with dealer plates. They're all in a row. There's about 6 of them.
Dan Drescher is the chief operating officer of the Autobarn Richard Fisher dealerships. 4 of their 6 dealerships have had cars stolen in the past several months. Feel like you're under siege?
We are. We absolutely are. They're targeting car dealerships.
All 5 of the cars stolen last night were located. 4 are already back at the dealership.
We installed GPS trackers in all of our cars. GPS trackers, for one, it means we're gonna get you right away. We're gonna get our car. It's you can't remove it. It's got backups. I mean, it's almost impossible not to get our car back within 12 hours.
And the chief operating officer now says armed guards and armed dealership managers are now something they're considering too as an extra layer of security here.
That's something the detectives will be looking at, whether it's they're related as far as the same crew doing it or whether it's just a new method that individuals are using.
Is this the first time you've seen anything like this? If so, then you haven't been watching this channel for very long. First time I saw something like this, don't feel bad, it was only a few months ago. A viewer sent me a video and it showed like a dozen black people breaking into a car dealership. I'll put the video, I'll put a link to that, to my big video up here. Anyway, a bunch of black people broke into a car dealership, just one, and drove away with, a dozen cars. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. It's pretty clear what's going on. So I'll put this aside, come back to it tomorrow. Well, the next day, I forgot where I put the video. So I had to go to YouTube. Car dealership, break-ins, car dealership, robberies, I just used all these different terms. All of a sudden, I was looking at all these dozens and dozens of videos of black people breaking into car dealerships all over the country. And it's weird because the cops and the car dealers and the reporters on every one of these stories, and you can see them by looking at that video. I put a lot of them on one. everyone is like, they either didn't know or they're pretending they didn't know that this is a thing now, breaking into car dealerships, grabbing the keys, stealing the cars, and it's a black thing. I think out in LA once I saw one of these stories involves like, one Hispanic guy. That's the only time I've seen somebody not black doing this. So let's just add this to the list of crimes against, violent crimes against people, against property that are wildly out of proportion, a black thing. But yet still we turn on the TV and the radio, we pick up a newspaper, and we read that black people are victims of white violence, white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything. That's the greatest hoax of this generation. That's why we're doing this channel. That's why we do it without racism, without rancor, without apologies. That's why we're exposing all this. I mean, we know what the numbers are. The numbers show this is wildly out of proportion, but the numbers are too antiseptic, too sterile. So when we come across some good videos, I like to put these videos on to really confront people by saying, listen, forget the numbers. This is happening. We get a lot of great reaction to this video. A lot of people share the videos. A lot of people tell their friends. A lot of people get together and watch them at the same time. Throws off my numbers. So instead of having like 10 people watching it, my numbers only show 1. But I'm happy all the same. But for all the people watching it and enjoying it, there are still lots and lots of people that watch these videos and hear about these stories that don't like it when people expose this enormous level of black criminality, black on white, black on gay, black on young, black on old, black on Asian, black on Amish, for all I know. They don't like it. They say it makes the black kids angry.